Hey everyone, welcome back to my Supercharge Your Sleep series. If you've been following this series so far, you're well aware of the importance of sleep, not only for your health, but also for maximizing your performance. And if you haven't checked my previous videos in this Supercharge Your Sleep series, definitely go back, do that now, so you have the foundation for understanding this video. But now I'm going to go on. And if you've been following any of my book review episodes, you know I absolutely love reading. I tend to get engrossed with nonfiction books, which has many benefits. But if I'm reading these nonfiction books before bed, it tends to be quite counterproductive. Because either I get way too excited, I want to apply the stuff I'm learning now, and think it's so cool, I want to go and just do whatever it's saying right now, and just apply it right now. At 1 o'clock in the morning, that's not the best thing to have your mind like that. Or it just gets my mind churning and thinking, etc. So that's not very conducive to having a great night of sleep. However, I realized after a very long day, especially at medical school where it's super busy or whatever it is, you're go, it's very hard to kind of shift into that deep relaxation mode without a certain ritual. And no matter how much I try to convince myself that using the orange blocking glasses or using the F.Lux app and using electronics in the bedroom doesn't harm my sleep, I really know it does. And while those modalities are great at blocking the blue light, you also do it in the flickering light. And most of the stuff that you're going to be viewing on either your iPhone or your laptop is going to be very stimulating. And we spend way too much goddamn time in front of the screen, so it's an excellent opportunity to try to incorporate something different. And I shamelessly stole this tactic from Tim Ferriss, and he wrote this a while ago in his blog, and I kind of was very resistant because I have to be go, I have to read more nonfiction, learn. But I've really found fiction, as he recommends reading fiction before bed, not only to kind of help into a nice relaxation response, as it's a very immersive experience, but not very stimulating at the same time. And he also found that it helped improve his creativity. And it's been something I've been doing recently, and I love it because it gives me a break from the screens. I recently read this awesome book called Hoot. It's a very light youth teen. I read another one called The Floating Island. If you have any recommendations, please let me know what your best fiction books. I'm always looking for some great fiction books. But there is one drawback, you can say, to reading fiction. Ideally, you'd want to be reading an actual book, so go to your library. Don't use an ebook, because then you, again, have the issue of the flickering lights, the blue light before bed. But even if you're just reading the book, you still need some light source ideally, and it can be a source of blue wavelength light that can inhibit your melatonin secretion and really impair the optimization of your sleep. So I found a nice little hack, and this was totally by coincidence, but I found these super cool mining lamp goggles, not goggles, excuse me, lamp. And it was my accident. It was not really meant for reading at night, but my mom got it for me from Costco. And it has a pretty cool feature where it has the main light, which is bright. So this is something you don't want to be using. And it flashes, which I find very obnoxious. But it's nice when I'm riding my bike out and it's dark. But it also has LEDs on the side. And what I really like about it gives you just regular white LEDs. So it's going to have the compilation of all the wavelengths. But it also gives you a red and green. So I really like the red, because now I know, okay, I can read my book at night. I don't have to worry about the blue light inhibiting my melatonin secretion. And so I can read the book, and it can be in a very low light setting, and I'm not impairing my melatonin secretion. And something that's kind of cool I like as well, there's starting to be pioneering research out of MIT, University of Toronto, Harvard, showing using kind of red and infrared light that actually interacts with the cell's mitochondria and upregulates their activity. So whether this little amount of red light is affecting mitochondria, probably unlikely, but I like to think it's helped somewhat. So that's another way I kind of like this. So reading fiction is an excellent way to kind of unwind and relax and decompress before bed, using a lamp such as this or any kind of LED, or even like a candle or something where you're kind of using a low light, minimizing that blue light. And you can still wear your orange glasses, those goggles that I mentioned in a previous video. Definitely check that out if you haven't. But yeah, so there you have it. Reading fiction is a very simple way to kind of create a nice ritual that's very sustainable, it's enjoyable, it helps relax, because a lot of what we do with any electronics or any other media tends to stimulate us. It's exactly the wrong thing we want to do. And it might seem, why do you spend so much time on sleeping? Like, it's just sleep. Like, I sleep fine. But sleep is so important because it's a force multiplier. It makes everything in your life either better or worse. Not only your energy levels, but also affects your hormones, your body composition, even your physical performance. There's a really innovative study, I think it was down out of Stanford, that showed that men basketball players would shoot better from the free throw line if they just slept more and they didn't change anything else with their practice routine. So sleeping is one of the key pillars to achieving sustainable success. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And please, in the comments below, let me know what are your favorite fiction books. I'm always eager to learn more about fiction books. I've just recently got into fiction books, obviously, so I'm always looking for good book recommendations. I can find a ton that's overwhelming when you go to the library and there's just rows and rows of books and it's hard to pick out. So I'm more than eager. If you ever recommend anything that was an awesome book, I'm always asking friends what are some fiction books you recommend. So thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to connecting with you.